pull out an extra gear from somewhere to hopefully take themselves to Wembley. That's never been truer of Wigan. You know, by their own high standards, the Challenge Cup holders, well, they haven't really performed this season, but my word, when the word Wembley is mentioned in that Central Park dressing room, well, something special happens to the boys from Wigan, as Castleford found out to their cost in their first round match on Wednesday night.
Castleford came out unbeaten in 6 matches. Wigan were unbeaten in their previous 15 in the Challenge Cup. And Wigan capitalised on early Castleford handling errors. Kevin Iro, the first of 5 try scorers. Bottica couldn't land the kick, but he was to leave his mark on the game. Sean Edwards made the break. And waiting in the corner, Bottica for his first try of the night. And there was individual reward for Edwards. His speed of thought, his speed of foot, helping him stretch Wigan's lead. When Castleford did attack, cold hands took their toll. And Bottica's footballing skills made it 22-0 at half-time. In the second half there were hopes of some Castleford revival. Sean Irwin narrowing the gap. But the game was as good as over as Castleford went down to 12 men. Gregory on the floor and Dave Plange off the pitch. Wigan left to celebrate the first step on a potential road to a 4th consecutive Wembley success.
Yes, no side has ever made it to 4 successive Wembleys. Mike Stevenson was there the other night. Mike, it looked to me as though Wigan really are still in the mood for the Challenge Cup.
Oh, without a doubt. There's no doubt in my mind that that game was won on Tuesday night in the dressing room before they went out. You usually get a side that want to win more than the other side. And I'll tell you what, Castleford was so lethargic. Wigan came out with all their guns firing, and they're going to take some stopping. They were awesome.
Well, awesome they might have been. What about these two here? Sheffield Eagles have done a good job in the first half.
They certainly have, and full credit to them. They've done their game plan. They're kicking very, very well indeed. They're keeping the ball alive. They're switching it in and out. Featherston just don't know what's happening, and they're hanging back. It's a very, very poor defensive effort by Featherston, but let's not take anything away from Sheffield. They really have mixed and matched it. They're doing some wonderful moves. The kicking game is all there, and if they continue on, Featherston aren't going to get out of this at all.
Well, I noticed that at half-time the referee John Holdsworth took a bit of stick from the supporters over on the far side of the ground. You'd expect that, Greg McCallum, but very briefly, is there any way back for Featherston?
I think Derek Fox is the key. He was the key in the game 2 weeks ago, but his kicking game has been thwarted by some tremendous defence. I'm particularly impressed by the back row, Farrell and Nicole, and along with Broadbent. They've put pressure on not only Fox but the other ball players in the Featherston side, and I really can't see a way back. It will come from Fox if it comes, but Sheffield have got a good base to go on and win this game, and my old mate Peter Tunks there, who I've refereed on many occasions in Sydney, he's holding the team together well.
OK, so who is it then for the second round? It's Salford, of course, a home tie in the second round. Will it be the Eagles? Will it be the Rovers? You'll find out after this break.
Oh,
Oh, and what's up to the Peters? The big Shiltons?
I got him knocked off with the
Oh,
coat.
the coat, everything's gone.
Everything went.
The coat and everything's gone.
Listen, can we get Greg a coat from someone? Must have a coat. He's going to freeze in the next hour.
Anyone got a coat for Greg, by any chance, please?
Or a blanket or anything.
And welcome back to the Don Valley Stadium. Wonderful setting for rugby league. Sheffield against Featherstone Rovers. Welcome back to the Don Valley Stadium. Marvellous setting for rugby league. A real 21st century stadium for the game to be played in. And that's the situation at half time. Sheffield Eagles ahead 13-0. The stats from the first half. Not too much between the two sides in any department. Featherstone perhaps have made a couple more handling errors than Sheffield, and perhaps that's where the game has swung. Featherstone have made a couple of changes at the start of this second half. Two substitutes, Glyn Booth and Gary Price, are both on. And they have taken over from Gibbon and Rose. So I wonder if that's the little adjustment Peter Fox needs to take his team into the second round. We shall see. Certainly the most important 40 minutes of the season for Sheffield Eagles. Their season would be just about over as far as honours hunting is concerned if they lost today. Featherstone Rovers, I suppose really, Mike, the same can be said for them, although they are aiming for a place in the top four.
Yes, I think you'll have to agree with there, Eddie. Featherstone really have to throw everything into a cup run. They've only got about 39 minutes remaining to get out of this one yet.
Aston's kick ahead again. Tim Sharp, the man who collects. Doesn't make too much progress. Fox. Fox again. Deep kick, Maiko is underneath it. Collects it first bounce. Smales and Fox, the half-back combination, pin him. That's another good run from Nelson. Really is a quick player. And he gets the opportunity to run at players. Doesn't shirk the responsibility. Aston to Waddle. Oh, great driving run from Waddle. He's got Panaper in support. Is that the second round for Featherstone Rovers? I'm afraid their chance might have gone. Sheffield Eagles, though, might think that they are in round two already.
Look at the strength of Hugh Waddell, the former British Lion. Beautiful pass inside, good support play by Sam Panapa. And I agree with you, Eddie, Sheffield could well be in there. Greg, that really was a great run.
Tremendous. Hugh Waddell turning the clock back 2 years there to when he was in the Great Britain side. Tremendous break, and Panapa really coming onto the ball there and making sure of the 4 points, which will be surely turned into 6 now.
Sam Panapa then with his 9th try of the season, and another goal kick from Mark Aston. And there is a happy New Zealander, Sam Panapa. There are his details. The 28-year-old could well have put his club into the second round.
Well, it's an amazing thing in rugby league. You sit on the top there, still enjoying the fact you've gone to a 19-point lead, and then you make a silly mistake like that from the kickoff.
19 points to nil. I think we've lost the ball. Give us our ball back, mister. Now we're underway. Ashton with this drop out from underneath the sticks. And immediately another mistake from Brendan Tutor. Not the best passage of play we've seen on the Sports Channel this season.
No, you won't want to see this a lot of times, that's for sure, and I'm sure that his coach Peter Fox wouldn't want to watch it either. So Fox's words of wisdom at the half-time break certainly being wasted.
Smales, now Sharp, and this now is Terry Manning again, who's looked industrious and busy but really hasn't made any progress at all this afternoon. Fox, and there's Booth, one of the two substitutes, and there's the other, Gary Price. But look, the man Booth was looking where the support might come from, and Rovers had stopped running. Gratian, ball's dropped, it's been hacked ahead, referee says play on. Fox, good tackling. But the referee's whistle has sounded again. It's a scrum down.
No doubt about it there, the ball was forward. And full credit there, you see the referee. Fine positioning then, Greg.
Yes, good positioning by John. He's an experienced official. I thought the player was offside when the ball was kicked through there, so possibly for Sheffield things worked out well for them.
Eagles have possession back. 5 minutes of the second half gone. And that's good play from Smales. He robbed the ball from the arms of David Nelson before the tackle was completed. So Featherston really haven't finished. That's Trevor Clark, they're loose forward. This is Manning. Tutor and Panapa squaring up to each other off the ball. Eaty. I tell you what, if the Eagles beat the Featherston Rovers, they've beaten Hull, they really will fancy the chances. Long way to go yet though. Manning. He's got to go through some work yet. But good tackling, Farrell, all wrapped up. Ikram Butt nowhere to go.
Once again, this Sheffield defence is very strong.
Drops his little crossfield kick. It worked 2 weeks ago in the league fixture. It didn't fox Maiko then.
And that's the reason why he's there, Eddie. That's what this game's all about now. With all the replays and the videos, the coaches can watch, work it all out. And that's a great move by Hetherington, moving Mumby up and putting Maiko at fullback.
Rovers have it back. Fox took that one out of the air. Sharp, the fullback. Fox tidying up again. Here's Smales. Good play this. This is good play. Sharp again. Driving run down the middle. Ikram Butt's the acting halfback. A try here for Rovers, and the cat really would be among the pigeons. Good play. Manning again. Still Manning. Having to come back though to make any progress. They might now. That's Trevor Clark. The ball has dropped. Fox has it. Untidy play though by Featherstone, but they've clung on to possession. Eating. Gratian and Fox. Good ball, that's Price. Last tackle. Ball spilled, penalty, Rovers. Reefing the ball when the tackle had been completed. Wilby, the man penalised.
Yes, Aston and Wilby in there. I think that it was Aston that actually reefed it away. Bit of a professional foul there.
Interestingly, and not surprisingly, Featherstone have decided to run it. They've not gone for the 2, they want 6. Sharp does well. Price.
Well, there you can see the Sheffield defence moving up out wide very quickly. They're just forcing Featherstone down the middle all the time.
And there they obviously think they can take them on. Tutor. Wilby got him second attempt, the ball had gone though. Still they keep it alive, but again good tackling by Mayer. Fox though does well to release it, but through Wilby. Unloads to Manning, Manning to Pearson. Pearson's all on his own. And he nearly surrendered the possession. Referee spots the knock on. And a chance for Sheffield Eagles to make a substitution. Peter Hutton.
It's going to come on for number 9, Mick Cook. So it's Tunks, number 8, on for number 9, Mick Cook. The Sheffield options cut down, though, by the fact that Paul Broadbent is still receiving stitches in their dressing room at the moment, whilst the Featherston options are cut down because Mark Gibbon, their hooker, has had heavy bandaging on his left thumb.
So Peter Tunks is back on to lead from the front, the acting captain for the day. And just coming up now to 9.5 minutes of this second half gone. Anthony Farrell, number 13 in your picture there. He will play hooker. He has played there before for Sheffield Eagles. And they've got the ball back. Featherstone Rovers with E.T. Tunks, the man who got him round the ankles. Wilby completes the tackle. This is Terry Manning. That's good support play from Derek Fox. The Eagles really have kept Derek Fox quiet today. 10 minutes of this second half gone. 19-0. Sheffield Eagles are ahead. Price, the second half substitute. But again, the Rovers being forced down the middle. Gratian, if anyone can take them on down there, he can. Clark is the dummy half. Now Fox. They've lost it again. Waddle. Well, his driving run created the try at the start of this second half for Sam Panapa. You get the feeling the longer this half goes on, Mike, that it's Sheffield's day.
Certainly is. They're showing far more enthusiasm. They're running onto the ball. Featherstone seem to be just running around in circles.
That's Mayer in possession for the Eagles. Now it's with Powell and now Wilby.
There you saw a typical example how Sheffield are getting across that advantage line every time. And that was forward.
Yes, we were absolutely level with that. The referee perfectly placed, only a yard or so. Tunks coming onto it at full steam. Forward pass, scrum down. Referee holding the clock up because there's a substitution about to be made. Number 6 Ian Smales is coming off and Gary Rose is returning to the fray. Ian Smales on the far side of the field hobbling away.
Well, he got a knock very early in the game and just received another one. And that's a sad blow to Featherstone's hopes. He's the man that could link with Derek Fox to get this side moving. But up until now, it's been a poor showing by the Rovers boys.
Fox is the dummy half. This now is Price, the substitute. Broken arm twice, Gary Price in 1990. Doesn't look too much wrong with him now. Former Leeds man. And a member of the side that got to the semi-finals with York in the mid-80s. number 15. Ikram Butt. Good tackling from Des Meyer.
A little bit of off the ball incident there. And that was Peter Tunks through a left and the right. Said a few words to the referee. And that's not what Sheffield would be wanting.
Not too many clues there as to why the penalty was given. Mr. Holdsworth, though, has given Featherstone a real chance here to get across that Eagles try line. The work move again, Simpson. Clark, the acting halfback. Good tackling from Eagles. Farrell and Tunks. Rovers right underneath the Featherstone sticks then. Clark again acting halfback. E.T. They're forcing and funneling Rovers down the middle of the park. And Sheffield obviously feel that they're up to it. Now there's a chance though, and I think Rovers are over here. They are! Tim Sharp, the fullback, moving up to join the line. It's only his third try of the season, but he's given the Rovers hope.
Well, the long ball out wide is something I've been calling for a while. Brendan Tutor threw it in, it was pretty high. I don't think it was intended for Sharp, but he came flying through. That created the gap, and it's just what they needed. Quick play the ball, there you see the Kiwi international Tutor sending it over. And he came through, did Sharp. Good try, Greg.
Certainly was. Full marks to Brendan Tudor there. Whether it's in defence or attack, he's a wholehearted player, and he certainly made that with a tremendous pass, and well done by the try scorer. He pulled the ball in.
And Pearson really wants to land that one, and he has. And he has now given Featherstone Rovers a little bit of hope. We've not played a quarter of an hour, and at last Rovers are off the mark. 19-6. Important moments lie ahead for both sides.
Well, it's certainly the morale booster that they wanted. There's Peter Fox, maybe a half smile there. No. Well, Featherstone really needed the points, and you can't help but harp back on the fact that Peter Tunks gave away that possession, the penalty and the yardage that allowed Featherstone to get into the position to score the try.
Ikram Butt then for Featherstone. Are Sheffield going to blow it? It'll take a mighty effort from Featherstone Rovers, but it's not beyond them. Ration. Just watch the Rovers now. I bet there's a spring in the step for the next 10 minutes or so. If they get over again, Sheffield had better watch out. Maiko collects Derek Fox's kick ahead. This is Nelson. Amazing what a try does, Mike. Suddenly Rovers have found their feet again. They've found the running legs.
Well, they'll inject a little bit more enthusiasm. Of course, they may have realised that if they keep passing the ball out wide, there's no reward for the effort that the forwards are putting in down the middle. They're just playing into the hands of Sheffield, and they've got to start doing something different.
Sonny Nicol. Swarming tactics now from Rovers. Harold Powell is the dummy half. Mark Aston. Des Meyer. Last tackle. And watch for Aston to kick. Well, he's decided that they have to run it. Panapa. Kick ahead by Gamson. And Tim Sharp, the try scorer, has collected it for Rovers. Good run from him too. And great chasing by Wilby. Manning. Fox clings on. Sharp, good tackling. That's Nicol. Read the danger, smothered the man as soon as he received the ball. So that looked like an elbow. The referee not interested. Maybe thought, Greg, it was a dying swan act.
I think so. I think John summed the situation up there pretty well. Full marks there.
Play on, says the referee. The ball went backwards. Featherston still have it. Gratian. But is the acting half. Shrugged that tackle off from Mayer. And releases the ball. Well played. Tutor. Well brought down though by Mumby. Fox. Kick ahead again from Fox. Campson looking to get away with that. The ball went back. Thundering challenge.
Well, that's more like it from the Featherstone players. They're a lot eager now. They can sniff that they can get themselves back into this game.
I wonder if they've left it too late. 18 minutes gone. Nickel in possession. Now it's with Mayer. The temperature has risen considerably in the last 10 minutes.
Sheffield's biggest problem is not to fall down on the fact that they think they've got enough points on the board. They have not to forget their kicking game, which is so successful in the first half.
There is the kicking game. Aston fires one downfield. Tim Sharp collects. They've brought a big contingent with them from Featherston to the Don Valley. And the Featherston supporters really are urging their team on now. Tunks penalised for not allowing Gratian to get to his feet. And Peter Tunks, Greg McCallum is not John Holdsworth's favourite person at the moment, and vice versa.
No, I think Peter's got to take stock of the situation here, that his team's under pressure. He has to keep a cool head, otherwise those around him may lose theirs.
And the penalty count, Sheffield have had 3, Featherston have had 9, as Gary Rose again drives it down the middle. Clark and Gary Price. The 10 metres short. They're exerting a bit of pressure at Featherstone Rovers again. Fox. E.T. Ikram Butt is the acting halfback. Fox, midway through this second half. Gratian, going nowhere. Clark to Fox. The ball's gone to ground. And Featherston are at it first, courtesy of Price. This now is Ikram Butt. High tackle. And referee Holdsworth will move in here. Will want a word with the offending player. It's Mark Aston who's been pulled out for that challenge there.
Certainly was very high, but watch the number 12, Sonny Nickel. He got in his sixpence worth.
And Aston, sternly spoken to by the referee, and Peter Tunks, as captain for the day, also receives the warning from Mr. Holdsworth. Penalty then to Featherstone. They're running it. Trevor Clark, the dummy halfback. Now it's with Price. Look at Terry Manning there, eager. Trevor Clark, they're eager, wanting to get on with it. This is E.T., he's dropped it.
Well, that was a chance, went begging again, but Featherston now are really on the rampage. A little bit behind the man there from Tutor, but the chance was there, he could have taken it.
Aston feeds the scrum, gets the possession back for Eagles. But they're only 5 metres away from their own line. You can expect some crunching tackles here as Rovers try and keep them penned down there. Panapa. Here's Tunks. Has to lead by example. Well, Peter Hutton has got the Sheffield Eagles hooker Mick Cook with him.
Well, Mick, 19-6, but it's hard work at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, we've been pinned down for a bit now. It's looking a bit dodgy, but I think if we weather this storm, I think we should be okay.
It's certainly very different from the league matches you've had, which have been really tight against them.
Yeah, it's cup football though, it always tends to be a bit tight. Nobody wants to give out away, and there's always Wembley to look forward to.
What about the game plan for this game? Did you approach it any different way?
Yeah, we just changed 2 things to try and get his kicking game going better, keep them pinned down in their own half and let them sustain all the pressure. But obviously they've got us under a bit of pressure at the moment.
Thanks a lot, mate.
Okay, thanks, Joe.
And while he was talking there, we saw that Darryl Powell, Great Britain and Sheffield Eagles, received a nasty gash on the back of his hand. He obviously caught a stud there, totally accidental by Clary Eaty, who, as you see, was the first man to summon the assistance. And so Darryl Powell needs some running repairs and maybe a stitch or 2 at the end of this. Stud right through the back of the hand, painful, Mike.
It certainly is, and as you said, it was a mistake. And that could really affect his handling.
Aston kicks ahead again. Substitute Booth allows the ball to bounce before he collects. Powell still receiving treatment. Peter Fox watching anxiously. Derek Fox, his namesake, in possession for the Rovers. There is Eaty. He really has led by example from the front today. Still going. Look for the support from Clark. Clark was hauled back as he collected that ball. The referee says, though, that Clark knocked it on.
Well, the crowd claiming Clark was held back here. And I suppose you could see Farrell making quite a meal of the effort. He certainly interfered for quite some time there. What was your interpretation there, Greg?
Well, I thought the pass went forward to him, so I think the final result was quite correct anyway.
Left arm, for him on the wing.
And Darryl Powell has moved out to the left wing.
Well, he'll be in a lot of pain, and I can assure you it wouldn't surprise me if he's broken a bone in his hand.
Meanwhile, Panapa carries on the battle down the middle. Could be a blow as Darryl Powell tries to recover from that. And there perhaps is another blow as Peter Tunks drops it to knock on.
Well, that really was a bad mistake by the skipper there, Tunks, at a time when Sheffield really needed that possession. And this is really going to test the Eagles now. They've got to show their professionalism, slow things down, calm it down until they get back into the swing of things.
A quarter of an hour for the Rovers to rescue this cup tie. Have they left it too late? Ikram Butt doesn't think so. Wilby had him though. Trevor Clark, the dummy half. Fox. There's Gary Rose. It's a totally different match to the 2 league meetings between these 2 sides. The Rovers have won this season such close affairs. Perhaps we're going to have a close affair here at the end of the day. Gary Price in possession for Featherstone. Now it's with Gratian. Now Tuta. Good ball from him. E.T. looking for support. The support is there from Rose. Rose again down the middle. Last tackle. Clark, the dummy half. Fox. Kick ahead. Too much weight on it. Ball runs dead. Maiko read that well.
He certainly did, but that's the type of play that Fox has to produce to try to get Featherstone out of this game. It's against the clock now. The minutes are ticking away.
Darryl Powell doesn't want to come off, but that bandaged left hand might mean he has to.
Well, I think your viewers would have heard there the trainer asking him whether he wants to come off and go straight to hospital. He's waved him away.
Meanwhile, his team are in possession, courtesy of Waddle. Now Aston, and now Wilby. Eagles winding up for one last big effort. Here comes Tunks. Hanaper, the acting halfback. Waddle. Try now for Sheffield, and it would be all over. One for Featherstone, and hold on to your hats. Aston with the kick ahead. Ball has come out on the Sheffield side, courtesy of Mark Gamson, and the referee says that Eagles have 6 more. He's wiped the tackle can clean. Farrell to Waddle. Not this time. Going on his own, perhaps this. Held back 3 metres short. Farrell, Aston drops it. Fox collects, knock on.
Well, he nearly pulled it off there. Aston dummied to go for the drop goal. He created the break, but Derek Fox just got the hand to it there. That's the reason why Sheffield have the feed and the head.
And they have 6 more tackles. Darryl Powell, Gamson. Pearson received a bang in the face there as he tried to make that challenge, so there's a bit of space on this near side, and Nichols trying to exploit it. Rovers trying to reorganise. Powell's the acting halfback. Wilby. They're keeping him out. Powell again from dummy half. Aston, quick hands here, and there could be trouble. And Panapa! But it's a forward pass. It's been wiped out. And what's more, someone said something out of turn to the referee. Peter Tunks again, I think it is. And it's a penalty then to Featherstone Rovers.
Well, that really would have been the ball game. A lot of courage here from Powell onto Aston. Then the ball came free, and really Sam Panapa could have wrapped it all up, but the pass just forward there, Greg.
Yes, not much in that one, Nick. It was one of those ones that could have gone either way. I thought Powell showing a lot of courage to stay in the game. He got a good ball away there, and that nearly wrapped the game up for the Eagles.
Brave decision, Greg, from the match referee, John Holsworth.
Well, that's John's the number 1 referee over here at the moment, and they're the sort of decisions that make him number 1.
And can Featherstone really make them pay? Manning marauding downfield. What a good cup tie this has been. Clark's the acting halfback. Fox, it wasn't the best pass in the world. Gary Price, now Fox. And again a sloppy piece of play. E.T. swoops on it.
Well, once again we see Featherstone wanting to play down the middle. Why they're doing this is beyond me.
They might work it wide now. Manning, perhaps he should have released the ball. 10 metres short of the line. Pearson, the dummy half. Sharp, picked up off his toes by Rose. And again, head down and down the middle. Last tackle. Fox. The chance has gone again. The Eagles' defence has stood up to the task well, and they really have defended excellently this afternoon.
They certainly have, and that was hard lines for Gary Price, because since he came on as a substitute, he really has injected a lot more purpose into the Featherstone attack, and that was another chance went begging.
Panapa, the man who thought he had the match all wrapped up. Look at the work getting through by both sides. Wilby. Figures like that on the team tackles show you just exactly what this competition means in rugby league. It's a good kick ahead for Aston. That's a great kick. A punishing kick. A little smile, and no wonder.
Yes, good positional play here. They've gone back to the basics. They're getting into the swing of their game plan. They've weathered the storm, and at 19-6 they realise now they can just play out the final minutes.
And some 8 minutes or thereabouts to go. Pearson is in possession. Rovers have threatened briefly to come back into this match, but believe me, they're still not finished. Tim Sharp, dummy half. E.T. Gratian. I'll feel sorry for Jeff Gratian if he goes out today, but look at the run from him. He's given it to the younger legs, perhaps up on his inside. But Rovers are finished by no means. E.T. from Gratian. Good tackling from Tunks. Last tackle. Tutor. Kick ahead. Well picked up. Ball out to this near side. Pearson. And Pearson's over for Rovers.
And that was a nasty little piece at the end. That really wasn't called for. Pearson scored the try. It was a wonderful play by Brendan Tutor. The little kick over, the regather, and the long ball out wide split the Sheffield defence. And look at the claret that's flowing out of the poor lad's head. A nasty collision right at the end. Here you see this wonderful play here by Tutor. Regathered, there's no one at home, there was no sweeper for Sheffield. Long ball out, the young winger Pearson skipped away. That really was a nasty clash at the end. Greg, good play by the Kiwi international.
It was, as I said before, Brendan Tudor's that sort of player that can stamp himself on the game. He got the ball away there, and the winger finishing it off in good fashion. Pearson. I would go back to the run beforehand, Jeff Gratian turning the clock back 20 years to his Dewsbury games, showing tremendous step there, and he really laid that try on by breaking the defence up.
Well, Pearson receiving treatment, and so too Mark Gamson, as Derek Fox prepares to take this important conversion attempt, and he's kicked it. So 7 points the difference, just over 5 minutes to play, and Mike Stevenson, Featherstone Rovers have taken 3 penalties and elected to run them in this match from kickable positions. What would have happened if those 3 had gone over?
Well, it's debatable now, Eddie, but really they had to keep possession. They really haven't held the ball for 6 tackles for long enough.
But Martin Pearson rather, he doesn't look terribly well, does he, at the moment, the try scorer. When he wakes up, they'll probably tell him he's given his team a chance of the second round.
But I think it's going to be too late, Eddie. And as we mentioned earlier in the game, that drop goal could prove to be the difference.
7 points in it. 19-12. Sheffield Eagles are ahead. Here come Featherstone again with Ikram Butt. Really run from him. Featherstone supporters really are on their feet now. They're really getting behind their side. Trevor Clark. What a good cup tie this has been. Ikram Butt again. Last tackle. And Rovers 10 metres short, 4 minutes to go. Tutor, another long pass out. Referee happy, keeps it going. Kick ahead. Ball's bounced kindly, my word, almost. Underneath the stick, says the referee. Mark Aston managed to get to it. Well,
only just in time. What a thriller. I think the referee missed a knock on there. The kick was high, and look how the ball went back. Oh, dearie me, Aston was just there, and Fox can't believe it.
So Featherstone come again with Booth.
Hold out the way, leave it!
Gibbon, the acting halfback, that was sharp. This now is Manning. And again, Tutor has it, and there's danger every time it's in his arms. They keep it going. E.T. and again Price, Manning, still going Manning. Buck takes over. What a finish. Rose still going sharp. Manning, ball out to the far side now, and the Eagles would be in trouble. Eady, though, had to hold on. A chance, and the chance is gone. 5 metres short, that's all they are. Manning, long pass inside, Sharp. They're screaming for the ball out this way. Butt, Ikram Butt. Not this time. It's still going. Sharp, Tutor. Unbelievable stuff. Last tackle at last. Trevor Clark, Price the substitute. And Des Meyer holds on gratefully for Sheffield.
What a passage of play. Full credit to both sides. Featherston had nothing to lose but to keep the ball alive. Sheffield were running around in circles, desperation tackles all over the field. This was the finish of it, and it was the substitute, Des Meyer, that saved the day. A little bit of a late tackle coming in there by the hooker. Gibbon a little bit lucky to get away with that one, but that's the frustration.
Well, Sheffield have only got on my watch 60 seconds plus any stoppage time. There might be a bit of that in which to hold on to this victory, and a famous victory it will be. Here's Panapa, but he's hauled back by Clary Eady.
He's had a big game, Panapa. He's caused Featherstone a lot of troubles. So's this guy, the brave skipper Powell.
Kind bounce for Eagles, unkind bounce for Tim Sharp. But what good chasing by Sheffield Eagles. Nicol and Aston bringing him down. Derek Fox, he's been busy all afternoon, but for him has had a quiet match.
Yes, they've really snuffed him out this afternoon. He was the man that broke their heart, Sheffield, a fortnight ago, but he's not done it today.
We're into stoppage time. Referee wants a word with Sonny Nicol for a bad swinging arm in the tackle. Penalty to Featherstone. They're creeping closer. That's the reason the penalty was given. Rose is coming forward now for Rovers. Stoppage time. I don't think anyone's told the players on either side. Gratian has Jeff Gratian's chance gone for another year. Bad ball from Clark. Aston dropped on it, and that surely must be the game up for Rovers.
Certainly, Sheffield will just run from dummy half with this, eat up the time and the tackles, and then the big kick downfield. They know they've got it won.
And it's all on in injury time here. It has got a little bit violent from the moment that Rovers got over for the try, and now every player on the pitch is involved in this. And Mr. Holdsworth, his whistle blowing. Behind him there's another fight broken out. Touch judges trying to get involved. Players of both sides beginning to lose their heads. It's sad when it comes to this. And John Holdsworth working overtime to sort it out, and there's still a fight going on in the area behind his back. Well, Wembley means a lot to both sets of players, but surely not this much. And it's started again. Well, the referee really will have to take some action here, even though we're in stoppage time. And I'm sorry to say it, but this is disgraceful. So much to admire in this match, but I'm afraid that this is not what we've paid to see.
No, you can see that the Featherstone players came in very, very late indeed. There was a couple of punches, and this is stupid. This is where it's all wrong. Most unprofessional, players coming in from all angles.
And the referee has sent a Featherston player off. And he sent an Eagles player off. It's David Nelson who's gone off for the Eagles, and Brendan Tutor, who walked sadly to the dressing room, and referee Holdsworth Greg McCallum had no other alternative.
No, that was quite nasty there. Brendan Tudor came in with the knees. I think that with two players off, we're probably fortunate there weren't other players that joined in that went on and on. I congratulate the referee on taking his tough stand on this. It's not good for the game, and the only team that'd be happy at the moment would be Sheffield, because it's just about eating up the injury time.
So Tutor goes off. All the Featherston public on that side of the field applaud him as he makes his way to the dressing room. I hope they're applauding him for the effort he's put in on the pitch and not for his part in that distasteful incident. And David Nelson is another who has been sent off.
Well, I agree with you, Greg. Very fortunate that just two of them have taken early shower. We can do without that in the game of rugby league at any level.
Well, I think, Mike, player Pearson there, Nelson was sent off. He was no need to be involved in that. He was the third man in. Definitely not tolerated.
It's all a bit high. And there's the hooter, and thank goodness for that. The tempers can now cool down. And Sheffield Eagles have won a victory by 19 points to 12. But I'm afraid for me, a victory that has been tinged with a disgraceful brawl at the end of this match. Man of the match was Anthony Farrell, the number 13 for Sheffield Eagles, but Sam Panapa, and you say that the incidents are disgraceful, they certainly were, but just look at the way every player shakes hands, puts hands on shoulders, and they'll all be drinking together in the bar after this, of that there's no doubt. That's the way it finished then. Sheffield Eagles 19, Featherston Rovers 12. Tries from Nelson, Farrell, Panapa. 3 goals from Aston, the 1 from Powell. Rovers tries from Sharp and Pearson. Goals from Pearson and Fox. All a bit too late in the end for Featherston. A great game, marred by the brawl at the end. But it's Sheffield who are through to the second round.